I forgot that there was a Q&A session. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'd now like to take questions from the floor. If you have any questions, please raise your hand. Yes, we'd like to go to the gentleman in the front row, please. SMBC Nikko Securities, Kikuchi is my name. The Smart World and Smart City initiative that you shared with us, and the real estate-related portion, the body that will pursue real estate initiatives going forward, that will be the Urban Solutions Business Company. I guess that is the case. That the new company is going to be the entity with the entity that is pursuing real estate. But you have mobility, smart city, smart airport, and smart stadium. But who will be the core business group operating companies that will pursue these respective initiatives, as opposed to be each individual group operating company? So in terms of the new company that you just announced, and also with regard to the concrete businesses, how are you going to align this? What actual structure are you going to create within entity group? That is my question. I know that you covered a great deal of ground, but if you could elaborate further. Thank you. Yes, thank you. When it comes to this new structure in relation to real estate, the main player of the group will be the owners and those in the peripheral communities. So in this case, for example, you'll be those on the top. For example, the ownership of city planning, the regional communities. So it could be municipalities, could be some of the major players in the regional community, or it could be other developers. That's another possibility. So entity group wants to support these owners, if you will. And with Urban Solution Business Promotion coming together, we want to support such initiatives. So B2B tax model in that regard will not change. Now, in that process, for example, in cities, there are many different elements. For example, you have entertainment-related factors, in sports, facility-related elements. You also have buildings and also real estate, commercial properties, as well as residential areas. There are many elements to a given city. And also, are we going to pursue hotel business? Or will someone pursue stadium business? There are many options. But in order to pursue those initiatives, then you need to create a different structure, a different company with other partners. So therefore, I believe operation will be pursued at different levels. So we are going to be creating the basic structure, I see. So B2B tax structure, the B2B tax will be at the foundation. So it's not so. Entity might possibly invest, but even if you do invest, the scale of investment will not be large. Well, developer in a given municipality, I think recently such initiatives and such projects are increasing. So that is a possibility that is in our line of vision. But it's not just about lending or purchasing real estate property. We'll pursue redevelopment, and we'll try to identify values. And of course, we'll try to pursue added value. So that is something that we are considering. I see. Thank you. Then within entity group, what about the structure within entity group internally? You have the entity holding company. I suppose you'll be the conductor of the orchestra, I take it. But what about the structure? What about the organizational structure within entity group as you try to support this strategy? So which will be the body within entity group that will take the responsibility to pursue this structure? But as far as the development is concerned, I suppose entity urban development will probably be directly involved. And then, of course, entity facilities is not directly related to entity holding company. But underneath, this time around, we're going to have a business holding company in between. So this company in between will actually take functions, some functions of entity urban development and entity facilities. It will be this particular company in the middle that will be involved, and the entity holding company will have relations with that company. So actually, it would be a structure that is very close to the conventional structure we had with entity urban development and entity facilities. But it is this middle promotion company that will be taking the lead. I say thank you very much. Thank you. Any other question? Yes, we'd like to go to the gentleman in the white shirt, please. Thank you for explanation. I'm with Tanaka with Morgan Stanley. I just have one question. Who will be your competition in this area? That is what I would like to know. Of course, NTT Group has assets, and that is being actually addressed by entity urban development. But when it comes to B2B2X concept, then it is likely that you're going to partner with various other parties, such as various other developers. So who will be your competition in this domain? If you can envision concrete competition, I would appreciate it. I see. Well, let's say, in terms of municipal development, I suppose other developers could be perceived as potential competition. But providing our own assets on the table and offering engineering solutions, that is a very rare case. In other words, when it comes to municipal development, we can offer proposals and we can take part in the bidding process. In that type of scenario, then I suppose other developers will be our competition. But if we're going to provide our own assets, then there is no competition. So I think that's how you should perceive the marketplace. I see. Thank you very much. Next question, please. Yes, we'd like to go to the gentleman in the gray shirt. Thank you very much. Tsuro is my name. I know this is in the midst of your TOB, so you probably cannot comment, but I would like to ask a question about the takeover this time around. After you complete the tender offer or the TOB, in what manner do you intend to accelerate investment after the TOB is completed? And also, how do you intend to, and when can shareholders like ourselves expect to enjoy the fruits of your endeavors? I would appreciate your thoughts. Thank you very much for your question. Well, as we speak today, we already have REITs at NTT Urban Development. So, while gaining cooperation from various partners, to the extent possible, we want to make sure that we utilize the funding of our partners and have their engagement, and then be involved in urban solutions, extend urban solutions and urban planning in various communities. Now, as far as the time frame is concerned, it's likely to be something that will span over a fairly long period. In the case of our telephone stations, telephone exchanges, we can take away the equipment. We have some 50 telephone exchange stations whereby we believe that there's a great deal of value, even if we take away the equipment. But then, if we want to pursue them, we have to talk to the landowners, we have to talk to the partners. And these are projects that will expand over a very long term because it will involve these different stakeholders. And already 2 years ago, we have set up a CRE committee to pursue this initiative. For example, the development of Shinagawa area would be one case in point. We considered that. We are considering that possibility. So at this juncture, it's very difficult to designate any particular timeline, let's say a year from now or 2 years from now. But having said that, we believe that we will soon come to a period whereby we're likely to have a greater line of vision. And we do hope to accelerate this whole initiative going forward. Thank you very much. And I saw a hand in this area. Thank you. Thank you. Sojima from QRS Research. Thank you very much. It's about this new company, the Urban Solutions Business Promotion Company. What do you envision? What type of work do you expect this company to pursue? And also, how will this lead to transformation of entity urban development and entity facilities? It's not very clear to me. Generally, developers like Mitsui and Modi Building, who are developers in the marketplace, their type of urban solutions and the urban solutions that you're aspiring to achieve, how different are they? For example, by adopting ICT, what difference can you bring in terms of urban solutions business? And also, on the other side, when you set up this new Urban Solutions Business Promotion Company, what type of urban solutions are you envisioning? When can we expect more concrete elaboration of urban solutions that you're going to pursue under this new company? I would appreciate your comments about the timeline. Well, generally speaking, at first glance, it may seem as though there isn't much difference between ourselves and other developers. But then by using ICT and e-mobility, such as IoT, Internet of Things, and by using robotics, I believe our organization is very much conducive to the adoption of these different technologies. And the maintenance and the management can be pursued in a remote manner. That is the structure which we're also considering. So this new company, the Urban Solutions Business Promotion Company, something on the top, that's an overhead. But the NTT facilities and NTT Urban Development, with these three parties as a whole, when they come together, we believe that we can offer ICT solutions in an even more proactive manner in the context of in terms of delivering urban solutions, in proposing urban solutions. And at the earliest date, this new company could be set up in spring next year, and maybe in a year or two, or in 2 years from now, maybe you could have projects whereby we can present concrete projects. So that is a possibility. But then, again, it's going to be a very time-consuming process before concrete outcomes can really be achieved. So that is the impression that I have. Thank you. I hope I've answered your question. And we have set aside time for Q&A session at the very end of the program. And so we hope that you will ask questions at that juncture. And we would appreciate your patience and make sure that you ask your questions at the Q&A session at the very end. So this is the end of the Q&A for this presentation by Mr. Sawada. Thank you very much, Mr. Sawada. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.